Man, I sure can't wait to see what kind of a mess this is.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Hopefully, this goes well. So, it is 8 o'clock. Let us start. Welcome to another episode of Goal to Go Live. I am your host, Ben, and apologies for that. I had to be fixing something. And this is the other person here who sometimes is here and sometimes isn't.
Glad to be back. So is the goal here to go live tonight, or...
No, we're live now.
But, me and my bad puns are back for another week. Hopefully I can be back next week as well, but I'll just take it one show at a time.
So you mean 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now, yes. Hence why I changed it to show there, because I was like, that isn't fully true.
Yeah, because next week I'm going to be busy. Hopefully, because I need to film stuff and go to a basketball game.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Hopefully it's better than LSU football this year.
I just realized that I accidentally said the wrong thing. In an email I said it was Texas State. Oh my god, I just realized that. Oh my god, I just realized I accidentally said the wrong name of a team. But I meant the date. I just got them mixed up. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
On the bright side, you're not the first one to get a Texas school wrong today. You can't forget USTA.
Oh man, yes. Yeah, I didn't know we were talking about ranking the United States Tennis Association. Yeah, so the CFP rankings came out. But we need to talk about the second dumbest news of the week, which was only last night. And honest to God, I don't know if that came out during tonight, which would be stupider, the rankings or the monkey. Now, would you like to have the honor of trying to explain whatever the hell this monkey business is?
Right, okay. Okay, so...
That is the correct sound.
Off the top of my head, I'm not even looking for anything here. Assistant coach for Texas football leaves his wife and kids to go and be with the stripper named Pole Assassin, who has an emotional support monkey who is part of her act. Jesus.
That's just the start, people.
Okay. Bites a kid on Halloween.
Are you still talking?
I am.
Yeah. Do you need me to take it over? Because I was there. I was watching this story unfold. You weren't.
I'm just trying to take it all in, man. I saw it all, and I saw like 7 or 8 updates for it, and I was like, there is no way. There is no way that this is happening. No.
That's what it felt like. What the heck is this? What the heck is that? What are you doing? What's going on here? Oh my god. So, the monkey's name is Gia. The monkey has a name because it has an Instagram page, because of course it has an Instagram page. So, it's Halloween night. They're, it's the trick-or-treating, it's the everything. By the way, this is Texas's special teams coach. He's a former player at Alabama under Mike Price, which...
Always a good sign.
Yeah, this is, of course...
Real good character guy.
Granted, Mike Price never technically coached a game, but, there was a reason for that. So anyway, so he did all that. So what happened was, apparently, a kid... There's a do not enter sign on a gate. A kid just, like a stupid kid is, did not heed that warning. Went in and got bitten by the monkey. And now the family is suing. Now, of course, that's not a good thing. What's worse is incriminating yourself on Twitter. So, Pole Assassin, my god, that's actually what I have to say, decided to respond in a series of tweets to Barstool commentator and person who did very important work for all of us, PFT commenter, or commentator, I don't remember, but...
Commenter.
Yeah, commenter,
believe me,
thank
that
you.
threw me off too.
Yeah, So, started talking in tweets. I need to find this Twitter thread, if you'll excuse me. Now, the original, tweets have all been deleted along with the account. Pull assassin.
Always gotta love when that's when that's something you have to type in for your work.
Assassin Twitter thread. Jesus God, someone has this saved somewhere. And by the way, she was on Jerry Springer in 2017, coaching about how to do the whole pole dancing thing. And by God, athleticism. I need more. I need to know. They start talking online. And basically, so she's like, okay, yes, she has had all her shots. She's an emotional support animal who's not to be touched. She speaks by command of high five. No one is allowed to touch her unless I myself say it. What lawyer? The parents haven't even contacted me when asked that her lawyer would hate her tweeting right now. In another defensive tweet, Danielle, that's her actual name, tweeted, an 11 to 12-year-old child should know better than to enter someone's yard without permission and old enough to also follow the rules. The rules were when you get to the gate, turn around, and come back out for candy. Every other parent and child did so. There was a maze, by the way, just to make this clear. But also, don't say that if you don't want to be incriminating.
Yeah.
Proof. Stop with the lies, and this is my monkey, not Jeff's. And it was a picture of the gate in question. Ladies and gentlemen, Monkey Gate. It's just...
Gotta love Monkey Gate.
Perhaps don't show the gate. And don't... It's an emotional support monkey. Who, oh, by the way, Solaire just murdered a ball. Holy cow.
How many runs?
Tree runs.
So that brings him up 3-0 right now, right?
Yeah, by the way,
believe
Mississippi State just landed a both-handed pitcher. So that's fun. He's BHP. That's what his name is. That's what he's listed as. So yeah. Monkey. And you know what? You could get infinite number of monkeys on an infinite number of typewriters, and they'd probably come up with a better ranking than the goddamn college football playoff committee. Let's talk about this absolute dog. I don't like these rankings. I thought I might have. Just... No. You can die. Do we have to go in order from 25 all the way up to 1? I think we should. Starting with, because if I'd have prepared for this a little better, I'd have just shown all of the rankings right now, but no. Oh my God. Let's just look at this CFP top 25. And I mean, you can pull it up yourself, but I'll just open it up here. Starting at 25, going to 1, we have got to have better. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find this with not just the rankings, but also with the numbers next to them. Come on. I'm gonna punch you. Do you have one where... Do you have the rankings?
I do. Where do you want me to start?
Oh, found him. I just found him. Found it. Hooray.
Okay.
So, Pitt is 25, San Diego State 24, Fresno State 23, Iowa 22, Wisconsin 21, Minnesota 20, NC State 19, Kentucky 18, Mississippi State 17, Number 16 is Ole Miss. Number 15, BYU. 14, Texas A&M. 13, Auburn. 12, Baylor. 11, Oklahoma State. 10, Notre Dame. 9, Wake Forest. 8, Oklahoma. 7, Michigan. 6, Cincinnati. 5, Ohio State. 4, Oregon. 3, Michigan State. 2, Alabama. 1, Georgia. Where to begin? I know. What are the teams that are ranked in the AP poll? They just so happen to not be ranked in this. So, we actually have a list. And, oddly enough, I think they all have this weird pattern. I don't know. Let's see. So, they are from lowest to highest non-ranked team. Number 24, ULL. Number 23, SMU. Number 21, Coastal Carolina. Number 20, Houston. And number 16, UTSA. It's funny. I notice a common theme there.
Yeah, it's pretty blatant, isn't it?
Yeah, they do not respect it. It's a load of crap. And you look at the teams that are ranked, and you're like, no. I'm sorry. Because of this stupid thing, LSU has a ranked win. Has a win over a team in the CFP top 25, and that just doesn't sound right.
Well, you see, I think what that means is that they need to put LSU in the CFP rankings. Clearly. Clearly.
No. Just, some of these rankings don't make sense. I don't like San Diego State being ranked, honestly, if they're not going to rank UTSA. Doesn't make sense to me. Wisconsin being 21st is a joke. Wisconsin is not the 21st best team in the nation. Just that 5-3 record tells you enough. They're not a good 5-3. They're a bad 5-3. Like, that loss to Notre Dame was atrocious. Minnesota, also not a good team. They're 6-2 and they don't deserve to be ranked. I haven't seen enough from them to be ranked. Houston's played better. SMU's played better. Coastal Carolina has not. I can see them not being ranked, and I can definitely see ULL not being ranked. But really, UTSA is undefeated. What the hell are they doing outside of this ranking? I don't give a damn. 5-3 teams should not be ranked. Like, we hear all the time, by the way, from people who are against college football playoff expansion, I don't want to see a 3-loss team in the playoff. You're clearly fine with 3-loss teams being ranked over undefeated teams. That seems contradictory. Can't have it both ways, son. By the way, it's 5-3 right now. We've still got like 3-4 games left to play. So, I don't know what to say except shut up about that. BYU at 15 I think is a little ridiculous. Ridiculously good. The most ridiculous ranking in here is Mississippi State. They're not good. I can see that with the ranking over NC State. Just beating NC State, fine. Your 3 losses. You lost to LSU. That's all I need to say there. We ain't good. We're bad. Real bad. This should not be considered a good loss. It should be considered bad, and you don't deserve to be in there. Now, do you want to rip into the Cincinnati ranking first? Because I'll let you. I got my fair share to say about this shit. Woo-hoo! But I'll let you go while I eat cookies.
So their real justification for putting Ohio State and Oregon over each other is Ohio State got a loss over Oregon. Oregon got a loss over Stanford. Michigan State, to their credit, they're undefeated. I'm not going to knock them for that. I'm certainly not going to knock them for that. But how you bring yourself to get into overtime with Nebraska. No, Reese Davis mentioned that they ran
more plays in the second half than they gained yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
Really bad. But to their credit, they're undefeated. I'll give them that. But how you're going to play Cincinnati at 6 after Oregon loses to an unranked Stanford and Bama loses to a then unranked Texas A&M. Of course, now they're 14th. You need to justify getting Alabama to second somehow, because what happens if they're ranked 4th and they lose in the SEC championship? Well, then you can't justify keeping them at 4th so that they can play Georgia a second time. It's no one there cares. I don't think it's saying nothing new by saying it now. Nobody cares about, actual parity and letting teams who have played better than other teams, get their fair share. It's letting the conferences all have their pickings, and that's exactly what this is doing. You're letting 2 SEC teams, a Big Ten team, and a Pac-12 team in there. And there's a chance you could let 2 Big Ten teams in there. The American isn't going to get anything because ultimately they're not the ones paying the big bucks to the CFP. Just how it is. It's an invitational, not a playoff.
Yeah, I was going to say, they mentioned something. Where is it? Stupid thing. So, Heather Dinich mentioned quotes from AAC Commissioner Mike Oresco and ESPN's Andrea Adelson about Power 5 Invitational, but received no response. Clarification, by the way, Bill Hancock noted that he had not seen the Power 5 Invitational comments, so he refrained from commenting. Just call it what it is. Stop fucking around. Please, stop fucking around with this bullshit. Stop. It's fucking annoying at this point. By the way, Wake Forest is going to get in. Their schedule is easy enough, and they're going to win the ACC championship, and you're going to put them in reluctantly, by the way, as I should note. You guys are reluctant to put anybody other than Blue Bloods in. You guys were reluctant. In fact, you didn't want to with TCU in 2014. You didn't do it because you said that co-champion means no champion. And I say, kiss my little, it ain't little, it's pretty big, ass. Let me say this. Look, Alabama is possibly the second best team in the country. I'll say that. Talent-wise, they got that. Now, granted, has it executed well enough? I don't even think we can say that. They are not the second best team execution-wise. Talent-wise, they probably are. But their resume, it doesn't stack up at all. Their loss was to Texas A&M. How the hell are you putting Texas A&M in the top 15? I'm sorry, have you seen Texas A&M play this year? They ain't a top 15 team. They have a loss to Mississippi State. Oh, but Mississippi State's the number 17 team. How the hell did the number 17 team? I'm sorry, LSU beat their asses. They beat their asses, and by the way, it wasn't necessarily as close as you might think it was, and Mississippi State was shooting themselves in the foot, face, arms, legs, and everywhere else you can shoot yourself. Because that's how we beat them. They're not good. I don't know where the hell you're getting the idea that they're good from. They're better than I expected them to be. They're 5-3 right now. I did not expect them to be 5-3 right now. I'll give you that one right there. I expected them to be 4-4. I expect them to go 6-6. They might go 7-5. They go 7-5. Oh man. Starkville's going to be having a party well before baseball season starts, and they are not used to that. That win on homecoming against Kentucky, it was not indicative of the fact that this team is not built for future success. I don't give a damn what they say. Now let's talk about Cincinnati right here, right now, real quick. So they mentioned that the win against Navy, how close that was excusable. But when you play Tulane close, that's a problem. They beat them by 19 points. You call that close? That's a 3-possession game. 3 whole possessions. Better than Michigan State played a really... Okay, fine. They're a decent Nebraska team. But you look at the resume. Cincinnati's done their best. And by the way, we look at the way they were talking about them. Could you really justify having Cincinnati at the top? All they have is that win over Notre Dame. And it's like, because you motherfuckers By the way, you motherfuckers did not bother to rank SMU. You did not bother to rank Houston, the team they're gonna be playing in the AAC championship game, despite the fact that both of them are ranked in the AP and coaches polls, by the way. And I don't know where the hell you're getting the idea that Houston doesn't deserve to be ranked. Their one loss is to a Texas Tech team that looked kind of decent coming into the season, but then for some stupid reason decided, you know what we'll do? Choose dysfunction over anything else, because Texas Tech needs to have that going for it. Why the hell would we have stability at the coaching position? 13-17 isn't good enough in Lubbock, even though it's only been 30 games. I don't give a damn what they do in Lubbock, but all I gotta say is you're stupid. Now, I gotta say this. I'll give credit where credit is due. I like that Oklahoma was number 8. Those games against Tulane, against, who was it? Oh yeah, Kansas. The game against Kansas was an absolute and utter disgrace to Oklahoma football, and they should be very, very devastated. Both teams got Kansas got their luck with a forward progress that should have been called as stopped. Wasn't. Got them a first down on a scoring drive. And then we all know what happened with Caleb Williams taking a forward handoff from the line of scrimmage, which, by the way, was legal, but should have been marked as stopped forward progress. But they didn't because, Big 12 referees. What the hell even is, objective reason? So yeah. But here's my thing. What the hell is a team supposed to do? You're telling Cincinnati, okay, so basically, you can win out. You can kick the crap out of every single team that you face from here on out, and you still can miss the playoff. Why? Fuck you. That's why. Okay? You don't get any sort of agency in this whole goddamn bullshit. You see this whole Oregon team over here? It doesn't matter that they had a 99.9% chance to beat Stanford, and they didn't, because they screwed up, because they made a stupid defensive penalty that gave Stanford an extra chance to win the game. No, fuck you, because they're that good. And I get Kayvon Thibodeau is really damn good. My God, he has earned such a good Cajun name. But still? Really? And again, I also like the fact that they put them ahead of Ohio State. I was worried that Ohio State might actually be in the top 4. I know that would have been crazy, right? But I know how the playoff committee is. They're a bunch of load of bullshit. By the way, how the hell you come to some sort of consensus on Alabama being the number 2 team and then not have a justification for it? You couldn't come up with one damn reason for that? I can give you a bunch of reasons why they shouldn't be. Number 1, they got a loss. I'm sorry to say this, but I think a loss is bad. I think losses are really bad, right? It's not quality. It doesn't help your strength of record. Or your strength of schedule. Well, it actually helps your strength of schedule. You know why? Because it gives another team a win. Have we ever thought of why a quality loss exists? Because it gives the team they played a win. Have you ever thought of that before? I don't know if you have before. But now if you think about it, that's how a quality loss can come into play. Because it gives the team that you played a win, which boosts your strength of schedule. How funny is that? Now, we got the situation set up. And by the way, on the freaking stupid broadcast, they were saying, oh, it'll all sort itself out with Alabama being the number 2 team. What do you mean it'll sort itself out? I know this playoff committee better than you think. They didn't let it sort itself out when a goddamn Ohio State team that didn't win their own division got in as a top 2 team? 2 or 3? And granted, it sorted itself out in the actual playoff game when they didn't put up a single goddamn point against Clemson, but still, that ain't enough when Penn State, who was very clearly one of the 4 best teams in the country, despite their non-conference record, which was only 1 goddamn loss, by the way. And they put up a damn good game with USC. It's funny how, when you get these games between 2 teams that were on the margins of the playoffs, you get a better game than the actual playoff game. I don't know how the hell that keeps happening, but maybe there's a sign there. But you know what? Someone came up with a brilliant point. They're using this year as a way to screw over Cincinnati, as a way to shoehorn in a number 3 Bama and get everyone to ask for playoff expansion, and bada bing, bada boom, we get it. Remember when the BCS crumbled and died because Bama won the Natty despite not having won their division? We got this bullshit instead. Now, I know the BCS was fraught with its own problems and controversies. In 2003, it should have been LSU playing USC and LSU beating USC for a national title. But instead, for some inexplicable reason, the computers couldn't even drop the number 1 team despite getting their asses kicked in the Big 12 championship games. Excuse me. And there's a reason why the AP poll chose USC as the number 1 team, because they damn well deserved it because they never got a chance to play for it. Of course, you had 2007, but that year was so damn chaotic and fraught with such bullshit that frankly, it didn't matter who the number 2 team was. It happened to be LSU, a team that had 2 overtime losses. And by the way, that was the last time a team won a national championship with 2 losses. Till Bama comes around, isn't it? It's going to be until Bama comes around, ain't it? Because again, that's what the playoff committee's setting up. I wouldn't even be shocked if a 2-loss Bama team that doesn't even win the SEC West makes it into the damn playoff. Yes, you heard me. A 2-loss Bama team that doesn't win the SEC West still makes the playoff over a Cincinnati team that's undefeated, because go fuck yourself and any ideas you had of this sport being any sort of good shit. At this point, why do you even rank group of 5 teams? Do you do it just to make them feel better? Why do you even have that play-in slot? Do you do it just to make them feel better? Or do you do it because you really want to try and create this illusion? You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. You know what you're saying to us? Let me tell you what you're saying to us. Fuck you, college football fans. If you're dumb enough to watch a game this weekend, you're a big enough schmuck to care about the CFP. Bad rankings. Teams you question. Bama. All the time. If you think you can find an undefeated G5 team, you can kiss our ass. It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker you'll agree with our bullshit. Guaranteed. If you prefer the BCS, shove it up your ugly ass. That's right. Take UTSA, SMU, Cincinnati. We'll fuck them. That's right. We'll fuck your team. Because with the CFP, you're fucked 6 spots from Indy. Take a hike to the CFP, home of challenge winning. That's right. Challenge winning. How does it work? If you can beat a mediocre Mississippi State team and beat Alabama, you get a free top 2 spot. Don't wait, don't delay, don't fuck with us or we'll unrank your ass. Only at the CFP, the only selection committee that tells you to fuck off. Give up, asshole. Your chance to move up ends the minute after you write us a check, and it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker. Go to hell! The College Football Playoff, Power 5's filthiest and exclusive home of the slimiest sons of bitches in the sport of football. Guaranteed! Yes, I did just do a Big Bill Hell's Cars thing because I am a god. You're welcome. Fuck all of this. I hate this goddamn bullshit. I really wish that, honestly, we could get something good. But no, we decided to let ESPN control everything because fuck it, Disney has to control our lives. I hate all of it, and if you couldn't tell, I'm a little pissed off.
I didn't think you were going to go the full way with that.
Motherfucker, of course I was going the full way with it.
Second of all, I would have quoted Mike Leach before all of that, but I figured the swearing would have been a little bit too much after
What do you mean by the swearing would have been a little bit too much? When we're live, I don't give a damn, alright? I'm pissed off. I am pissed off. Fuck off.
I feel it might be a little...
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, is this Mike Leach talking about the boosters?
Fuck you, fuck me, fuck everyone.
Oh, no, wait, I was thinking of Bo Pelini talking about the boosters.
Oh, yeah, no.
Fuck you, fuck me, fuck everybody, fuck this whole system. It's bullshit. But we all know it. That's the worst part.
Don't you just love college football owned by ESPN?
Yeah. My God, I just wish that maybe, get all this. Can we just have fun? Why can't we just have fun? So we have to get pissed off about everything. Why can't we just have fun?
Because I've just learned to laugh about it. Like,
I've learned to laugh too.
It made no sense to disallow Cincinnati in the rankings there, and they did it, and it's just how it goes. Just how it goes.
And again, their justification was slowly backs away from microphone. Could be worse. It's not like game day's going anywhere. They
just absolutely laughed at everyone. Yep. They don't care.
And now game day's going to Cincinnati. That'll be fun.
the boos at
Oops.
Old Rain.
Did you, dude, how many signs are going to have to get blurred? Besides all of them. Just,
Man, it's
I'm going to have to wake up
college
early
football.
to watch all of game day, because it's going to... You know what? Did you know that they have like a little netting behind the game day thing?
That's coming down in the first 5 minutes.
Well, do you know why it's
Not because
there?
anyone at ESPN is going to take it down. I feel like so that way people can't throw stuff at the
Yeah, because we did it once.
at the host.
LSU fans once pelted golf balls at them.
Oh, so the
Yeah, that's right.
the
Ole Miss stole it
special-
from us. I'm sorry, Tennessee fans stole it from us. Actually, I think
Oh,
we
that's
played
right, that's
Tennessee
right,
in
that's
that
right.
game. I think we played Tennessee in that
So
game.
that means that Ole Miss is going to be the next team to throw golf balls at somebody. It's just the natural progression.
Yeah, but it'll be in like 20... I don't know when that was, but that was back when they did it on the PMAC ramp, so it's a long time ago. I think that's the game where it ended up... they were telling the story at game day when I went. Like, basically, they hadn't picked us to win, and it used to be that game day would actually go on long after the game, so they were still doing it, and we were just carrying out people were just carrying out the goalposts after, like, we upset Florida. I think I think this was 97, and we had upset the number 1 team, Florida. So it might have been Florida, not Tennessee. But still, we upset, like, it was a huge upset, and, like, they did not pick us to win at all. And it was like, hey, fuck you.
Yep, number 1 Florida versus at number 14 LSU. LSU 28, Florida 21.
Kevin Falk became a legend on that day. He's back at practice, which is good.
Good to
He's
hear.
been dealing with some very hard personal stuff. His daughter passed away. She's only 20. Yeah, it was.
I feel like there's a segue we can make here, but I don't know if it's
no,
necessarily
there really
proper.
isn't, because it's just it's good there. But like, yeah, that rant I went on was very long and cathartic. God, I hate this stupid frick. Like,
Yeah.
just, and then there's the not ranking any of the upcoming. Hey, you know what else? It's like, well, they need to have good wins. It's like, you didn't rank Houston, who's gonna be their opponent, and you didn't rank SMU. So it's like, fuck you! Last year, they criticized them for not having a non-conference opponent in the Power 5. 3/5 of the Power 5 conferences didn't even play non-conference games.
Yep.
The only two that did were ACC and, the ACC
Big
did,
10, or
and,
Big 12, love.
the Big 12. You know, 2 conferences that weren't gonna play Cincy! They had FCS games to play.
Yep.
Because,
Man, what the hell?
like, they mentioned how BYU's original schedule last year, with 7 Power 5 teams on it, would be good enough, despite the fact that that's literally impossible for any team that isn't BYU!
Yep.
Because, you know, independence.
You're talking maybe, what, 4, 5 for
No,
a team like
1,
Cincy?
2. 2 at most. You're gonna get 2 at most. Ain't nobody gonna play you.
It's true. They're
It's true,
good,
and
so
you
they
need
don't
those
wanna get
home
the
games. You also need home games to make money.
Yep.
You know.
Man, what the hell? Fuck this. This is just... College football is...
Stupid. Dumb.
Yeah.
Corrupt. When has it not been corrupt? They got money into it. It became corrupt that moment. The second you get money into something, it becomes corrupt.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
You cannot, like, corruption and money come from the same area, which is power. It's a want from power. Power.
So, how excited the 2-loss Alabama make the CFP this year?
I'm sorry, what?
How excited are you to see a 2-loss Alabama make the playoff this year?
Dude, you don't understand. We played Bama this week, and I'm so fucking tired already. Like, it's already tiring enough being an LSU fan. It's going to be tiring even more when they keep talking about fucking number 2 Alabama, number 2 Alabama, number 2 Alabama, number 2 Alabama. And it's like, how about I take a number 2 and shove it right back up your ass?
I think that's a war crime. I can't be certain. I think that's
How is that a war crime?
That's the joke. Now,
It's like, how is that a war crime? I've seen what isn't considered a war crime, and it's much preferable to that.
I thought you were just about to say I've seen a war crime before, and I'm like, okay.
I live in America. I've seen many war crimes.
Yeah.
I've also been to the National World War II Museum. It's in New Orleans. I have seen a war crime. That war crime is, of course, called the Bataan Death March. But they didn't have, like, actual footage of that. But they had depictions.
So segueing into our next topic, because
good answer.
Let's
segue from the Bataan Death March. And speaking of death marches, what I will be doing to let's not even go there. The Bataan Death March is actually one of the most horrifying things done by humans to humans. It absolutely breaks you when you try and understand it.
I feel as if
there's a segue there.
Maybe we just don't talk about this anymore and go somewhere else with it.
Okay, let's go to somewhere a bit more depressing. College football. Because it's pretty depressing as an LSU fan and as a Nebraska fan, isn't it? God. We play Alabama this week. We're 30-point underdogs. Alabama's going to cover harder than I've ever seen a team cover.
Yep.
They're just going to... Yep. They're going to murder us. This is the first game in Bryant-Denny since Roll Tide what fuck you.
They've got a Ohio State minus 16 on the books. Take that they don't cover the spread there, because Nebraska is easily going to keep within a touchdown of them and still lose. It's just how it's going to go.
It is so weird how much I actually don't think that's true, but I still think that the minus 16 is still too much.
Easily. I mean,
it's either too much or it's way too little.
Nebraska team plays. We can. Okay, yeah, that's true. But we can play teams within a touchdown of them, no matter the team. I mean, think about it. We've played 3 top 10 teams in this BCS in the CFP rankings. One of which is ranked 3rd. The other 2 are 7 and 8, and we have lost by a combined 13 points to all 3 of them. We could play Georgia and lose by a field goal. Let's be real here.
Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. You couldn't play Georgia and lose by a field goal. Georgia's that good.
That is true. That is
Georgia is literally making an argument for honestly the best defense of all time. Their offense isn't like someone's made the point, and I really agree with it. 2021 Georgia's defense gives you feelings of what LSU's offense looked like in 2019. You just can't stop anything.
Honestly, that's a very.
It's literally the most dominant I've ever seen a defense look.
Georgia, I think, is really the only team you can't make a case for. Nebraska losing by a touchdown against. Everyone else, though, I have my concerns. But really, though, Ohio State, granted, they are coming into their own. This isn't the same Ohio State team that we saw give up 21 points to Minnesota earlier in the year, or even so much as lose to Oregon. But this Nebraska team is an enigma, and the only thing that's certain about them is they will lose. They will absolutely lose. So have fun with that. Oh, God, I know I won't.
Actually, you know what? Let's look at how these would change if you looked at the BCS rankings. Oh, did you know the BCS still kind of technically exists? The computers never
Yep,
stopped
all of
ranking teams.
the, yep, they just stopped combining them and making them the official rankings. So
They're just
now you've got
unofficial.
an unofficial BCS. Yep.
That's why we go to BCS Know How. They went. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You son of
Would
a... It's
you
over
perchance
here somewhere. I'm trying to
would
find
you
the
like
side
to
by side rankings.
I have them right in front of me. Would you like to guess any of the 5 teams that are out of the
It's all
college
the
football
same. It's
playoff
all the
ranking?
same 5 teams that are unranked from this compared to the AP.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of them. It's I guarantee you.
Yep.
If Cincinnati wanted to be ranked in the college football playoff, they should have played better in 1954. That's what it is.
What can you do, man? What can you really do?
Riot. Here it is. Okay. So, yeah. Pitt got in for some reason. And this is comparing to the BCS rankings. So the BCS would have had it as NC State as 25, then going to 1. So from 25 to 1. NC State, SMU, Coastal Carolina, Penn State. Really?
Interesting.
Because it has to do with 9 overtimes. I guarantee that broke it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wisconsin, Houston, BYU, Kentucky, UTSA, Iowa, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Auburn, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Wake Forest, Oregon, Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State, Alabama, Oklahoma, Cincinnati, Georgia. So it agreed with
Georgia.
It agreed with Georgia. I'm going from down. It agreed with Wisconsin at 21. It agreed with Kentucky at 18. A&M at
Texas A&M
14.
at 14. Auburn at 13. Baylor at 12. Oklahoma State at 11. And Michigan at 7.
Yeah. Other than that, it had some weird ones. Penn State is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, what the hell are they doing here?
Of the 5 teams that are ranked in the CFP, the lowest one is actually the one who's highest ranked in the CFP, that being Mississippi State, who goes from 17 all the way down to 34.
Oh, God.
Just doubling their spots. Coincidentally, it gets better as you go down. Minnesota sits at 30 compared to the 20 that they are in the playoff rankings. Fresno State at 28 compared to the 23. San Diego State 29 instead of 24. And Pitt at 27 instead of 25. Unrelated, 2-run home run, Dansby Swanson, 5-0, and his second home run this postseason.
Just, oh my God.
We may see the breaking of the Atlanta sports curse.
Please
or at least
kill me.
in the last 26 years. Falcons Hate Week is going to be fun, won't it?
It already is. It's already fun. I mean, what with the whole we don't know what Taysom Hill's situation is. We didn't make any moves at the deadline. Jameis is out for the season. Michael Thomas isn't going to be back.
Y'all can still,
We beat
River.
the Bucks, the number 1 team in the division, with Trevor Siemian. We're good. We're good. We're good on the defensive side. And yet I still think we're going to lose. I just you have to understand. I still think we're going to lose, and I know we're going to play terribly on offense.
The last team that said we'll be fine with Trevor Siemian after their star Hall of Fame quarterback retired. They are currently one of the worst teams in the AFC right now.
Yeah, but Trevor Simeon's never lost a game in the Superdome, so...
Fair, but what's that sample size?
Well, we haven't hit the scientific burden of proof, I'll tell you that.
Nah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But he is undefeated in the Superdome.
That he is.
Can't say that about Tom Brady.
Now, granted, you can say that Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings. That's more than many franchises combined.
It's more than every franchise. No
That's
franchise has more than 6.
That's very true. Tom Brady himself should become a franchise. The second coming of Paul Brown. Get ready to meet the Brady.
He will become a Subway franchise. He will become a Subway franchise. That way he doesn't have to throw any more passes. Can Tom Brady stop?
No.
You know what? Actually, I would say that. It's like, Bucks, try Blaine Gabbert against the Saints. See how that works. Can't be any worse than what you've had with Tom Brady. Okay, 375 yards and 4 touchdowns is pretty good. But a game-losing pick 6 isn't helping you. Cyril Grayson. And I've known about the guy for years. He finally gets us a touchdown.
Do you foresee him becoming a member of the One Touchdown Club?
No. I see him catching another one at some point. Because if he has that kind of speed, you need to start using him like that. He has that kind of speed.
True.
Literally, I don't get why the Bucks do this with Chris Godwin. It's like, you have a guy who's literally a track star and who runs a 4.340. Have you thought maybe he's good at running jet sweeps? Really? Just do it. Have him outspeed guys. We do it with Deontay Harris, for God's sake. Also, can I just say that Bruce Arians is not a good coach? Now, not in that game. He was not a good coach. He was a bad coach in that game.
He is also a good coach. You can't
He's a good coach. You can coach mistakes though. Like,
oh, of course.
That was bad. That game was not just bad coaching, but this year, honest to God, you look at the Bucks, they don't scare me. They play mostly bad teams, and they've played really tough defenses on the road. They've lost. You look at the 2 losses they have, and they're actually not that impressive as a football team. Like, you look at their loss to the Rams. The Rams brought pressure, forced turnovers, and brought crowd noise, and they couldn't handle it. What ended up happening was the Bucks moved away from the run game, started way overemphasizing the pass, and gave away the game. They did the same thing against the Saints. This is a problem with the Bucks. We saw it last year. Remember 38-3?
Yes.
They ran the ball 5 times, and I don't even count one of those. I shouldn't even count one of those. That was a kneel down. That was still NFL record. And you look at the runs they had. Remember the runs they had? They were good. Run the ball. No, just throw the ball. Throw picks. Why not?
Here's my thing, though, right? Is that I don't think last year is a good year to point anything out against the Saints. Or against the Bucks, because after all, who won out?
I mean, the Saints went 2-1 against them. So
that's true. The one loss was in the playoffs.
The one loss was in the playoffs when we didn't have a power run game that helped us. When we didn't have a power run game, and when Breeze was throwing when we turned the ball over 4 times. That's the thing. We turned the ball over 4 times, and like 3 of those weren't even on Breeze. The first pick was on Breeze. It was a bad throw. The second pick, you have Alvin Kamara streaking up the field. It's wrong. He does a bad... It was like, that's bad on him. If he goes, across, it's at least an incomplete pass, not a pick. Jared Cook fumbled because he's Jared Cook. And then he also couldn't catch a ball and let it go through his hands because, once again, he is Jared goddamn Cook. It's not like he had anything of the sort on Sunday. Oh, wait, he didn't turn around for a pass. Jared Cook is as Jared Cook does. Dude can catch the ball, but he sometimes can't, and he sometimes can't hold on to the ball in open space. That's why I fumbled the ball at the 2-yard line against the Bucs when we beat them 38-3, because we should have beaten them 45-3, or even 45-0 if they don't kick that cowardly ass field goal. We could have beaten the Bucs last year in the playoffs. They only beat us by 10 points. They should have beaten us by a lot more. We turned the ball over 4 freaking times. Fine, one of those was to end the game, basically, but they still should have scored more. They had an easy touchdown set up. You got it at the 3-yard line. If you don't score a touchdown there, you're a failure. If we have our power run game, if Taysom Hill isn't concussed, we're running the ball up your faces. We're not throwing the ball as much. We're not making Breeze make stupid decisions. If Jameis Winston starts that game, maybe we win it. I think we don't necessarily do worse with Jameis Winston starting, because I think by that point, Jameis Winston at least kind of knew what he was doing. He did decently against the Bucs. I mean, not the Bucs, the 49ers when Breeze went out with his injury. He went in there and managed the game well enough for us to win it. Could have done that against the Bucs if they'd have thought about it for a little bit. And I know they never would have, but maybe you should have. Breeze going up and trying for that touchdown at the end might have hurt him a bit too much. And you realize that you could not throw the ball as effectively because your offense wasn't built to throw the ball. Your offense was built around a power run game, and it had been since at least 2018. You didn't have that anymore. You needed to shift your offense. If you do that by shifting to Jameis Winston, I don't necessarily think you automatically win that game, but I think you have a better chance to win it. And I know that's in hindsight, but hindsight is 2020, but yeah. The Bucs didn't scare me at the beginning of this season. They just didn't. They brought back every single person from last year. That's great and all. By the way, you should never have played Rob Gronkowski out there, because he's probably done for the season. If he has a punctured lung like I've heard he does, he's probably done for a while, and he's never going to be 100% for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
He had cracked ribs and back spasms. What the hell are you doing throwing him out there? That's just...
The speculation I saw was mainly that it was that it was using him as a decoy primarily, but that still isn't a very good, excuse.
That's a terrible excuse. Oh, he's out there as a decoy. That's not what.
That means that they're gonna.
But you're not going to throw. It only works as a decoy if anyone believes in it.
Yeah.
He got injured. Oh my God, your decoy has failed miserably. See, now your stupid ass gimmick has turned into you losing an offensive weapon. Am I supposed to give you a gold medal for that? No, you're an idiot. Yeah. Bucs are an undisciplined defense, by the way. And the Saints have been doing this all year. We've been getting lucky on teams making stupid mistakes. The 2 losses we have are to teams that didn't. The Panthers didn't make stupid mistakes, and the Giants didn't make stupid mistakes. We lost. Every other team's made a stupid mistake. The Packers made stupid mistakes by not expecting us to kick the crap out of them, and by those 2 picks. Because Aaron Rodgers throwing the first pick was on Aaron Rodgers not taking the sack, and instead trying to play hero ball. The second pick was on Aaron Rodgers not knowing that Marcus Williams is going to fly for the football. Wasn't necessarily on him. Marcus Williams is just that good. Then you have the second game where we can't get a sack to save our lives. Yes, the Panthers actually had a couple of miscues, but it was too little too late. Then the Patriots, thank God for that pick 6. Jonnu Smith was like, here you go, you can have it. And then Malcolm Jenkins was like, thank you for the football, and scored. Without that, the second half is very different. Against the Giants, though we had control of that game, we never got a sack. And the Giants didn't commit penalties like I thought they were. That's what I said. I said that I thought the Saints were going to beat them because the Giants are undisciplined. Yeah, it turns out they were disciplined in that game, and that's what ended up winning them the game against Taylor Heineke and the Washington football team. Taylor Heineke, on one play, forgot that PJ Williams exists as a football player and threw a pick. It was just like, hey, wait, who's this guy standing in front of my wide open receiver? The defender covering him. Did you not notice this? Are you stupid? Also, Blake Gillikin was having the game of his life in that game. Then we go into Seattle. 2 field goal misses, and also, by the way, the Seahawks should never have been in that game, because they couldn't move the ball on offense. The only touchdown they scored was on a missed pass interference penalty, and yes, I'm going to be talking about that for the rest of the season, because, missed pass interference penalties kind of get to me on a very deep level. There's personal reasons for that.
I wonder what's caused that. It couldn't possibly be
referees.
the correct call made in the 2018 NFC Championship game, could it?
Go there. I was 500 feet away and I would have thrown the flag. So
I don't know what flag there was to throw. I'm sure
you were 15 feet away. I was 500, and guess who threw the damn flag? Yeah.
What flag was there to throw? There was no flag thrown, so I'm only left to believe it was the right call.
The referees are infallible, and they must be trusted with every single thing, like the College Football Playoff Committee.
That's true. I trust the refs to tell me when I need to use the restroom. It's never failed me before. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be right back. I need to grab the vacuum. No worries. So, that was not as funny as I expected it, or at least hoped it would have been. So, fair.
Yep.
Hey, so let's segue into something else, huh? How about that?
8, 6.
I can think of one thing to talk about. I was thinking about talking about it earlier. However, I don't think you agreed with that necessarily. I feel like the situation going on in Las Vegas right now, it might be a little important right now.
Okay, you're right about that. You know more than I do, probably, because I've barely kept up with it all day.
I see. So, early this morning, reports come out that Henry Ruggs was involved in a serious car crash. Originally, there was reports of 1 fatality on the scene, but that was, unconfirmed. As it went on, the reports expanded to 2 fatalities, and that Henry Ruggs was booked for a DUI, or at least that he was committing a DUI. There was nothing about whether or not he was booked on it until Las Vegas PD announced that he was in fact being booked for a DUI. And this is pretty fucked, really fucked, as we are... Oh dear. Okay, so where do we start with this? Where can we start with this, really? I guess let's talk about what's going to happen to Ruggs first and foremost, because he is in serious trouble. He's going to be... I don't really see how he's going to go with this, because being in only your second year in the league, to have this happen, what are your thoughts?
Man, I really don't know what to say. Cause it's just sad. It's just so sad.
Because you're talking, and now that reports have come out, it was finally announced that 1 person unfortunately died. The other person involved in the accident, that wasn't Ruggs, being Ruggs' girlfriend, was in serious condition, critical condition. However, she is alive. how it's just you're talking manslaughter charges and you're talking DUI charges. Like, shit, reckless driving alone can carry like up to a 6-year prison term in Nevada. He's not getting probation. That's not what Nevada does. It's how can you go about this? There's really no way to go about this. I first of all, he's a piece of shit for doing it. He should have known full fucking well not to, and he did. But
yeah.
So, if you're the Raiders, where do you go from here? Because this is the second time in the past 3 or 4 weeks that you've had to get rid of a key part of your team. In this case, a starter. Before it was a coach. You're really in a serious need for culture change if this is happening. If this is going to keep up, because 2 separate incidences, sure, but you got to know better than to let any of this happen in the first place.
I mean, like, for me, I usually would know what to say, but this is one of those situations where it's like, yep. So Henry Ruggs will just go on the commissioner's exempt list.
Yeah.
As that.
That'll really be that, and it's...
By the way, we all just need to collectively think about something, because I just realized this. Minnesota lost a Bowling Green.
And they're ranked
20th.
Yep.
And UTSA, who didn't lose to Bowling Green,
didn't lose to anyone, and they're currently unranked.
Just for something, the resume SP plus for CFP top 10, which is a thing. Georgia's number 1, Ohio State 2, Alabama 3, Michigan 4 somehow, Cincinnati 5, Michigan State is 7th, Notre Dame's 11th, Wake's 12th, 15th is Oklahoma. Oregon isn't even in the top 15. They're number 25.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Golden stuff, really.
There's some golden stuff on Twitter. Twitter is a great resource. Also, stupid Discord not working on phone, and it's just like allowing me to post, but like not working normally.
Understandable.
You're so stupid.
So at least now people might stop shitting on Oklahoma, because they didn't give Oklahoma or Cincinnati the time of day.
No, it's like, actually, fuck you both. From Rob Zestrizny, who is apparently a former pitcher. Fun fact, Jorge Soler once hit a ball so far off me in Omaha that he apologized the next day.
Yeah. It's just how it goes, you know?
Yeah, like... Why? I'm just going back to the rankings, and Cincinnati's undefeated. What is? Okay. Why is it that when we asked for the expanded playoff, all we asked for was the emphasis of conference championships and undefeated teams, and we couldn't get that?
Because that would have implied, you know, fairly ranking G5 teams, which everybody knew there wouldn't be a G5 team.
For fuck's sake, it involves fairly ranking Power 5 teams. Remember in 2019 when Baylor was undefeated in 16th? Or I'm sorry, Minnesota was undefeated in like 16th? It's like, what the fuck?
That's true.
Not even Power 5 teams were given the time of day. And now, Minnesota's 20th, 4 spots off of where they opened 2019, undefeated. 4 spots off of that, with 2 losses, one of which is to frickin' Bowling Green. A team that had their coach ejected and then scored more points than they had when their coach was calling plays. Oh, boy! Because that happened. First coach ejection under the new rules. And yeah, they did help. They did have some help in scoring those last points because they faked a kneel down and then ran it in for a touchdown because, look you, Buffalo.
If you're dumb enough to watch a college football game this weekend.
You're dumb enough to watch your team somehow be a 13.5-point favorite and then lose to Bowling Green.
Remember how they were good last year?
That was... Well, yeah, I mean, they had Lance Leipold. And then they lost in the MAC championship game to Ball State. They also had Jared Patterson, and he would run through everyone.
And then either them or Ball State beat San Jose State in
Ball
the
State.
Poinsettia. It was Ball State? Okay.
And it was not the Poinsettia Bowl. That doesn't exist.
Oh, that's right. They fucking shuttered that.
It was the Arizona Bowl, I believe.
That's right. It was because I was concerned about who was going to the New Mexico Bowl after San Diego State in 2019 got put there, and I was like, well, who are they gonna screw with that now? And I was like, well, at least there's gonna be a good matchup in the Arizona Bowl, and there was.
And Ball State won their first bowl.
I think it was a whole I think it was like a whole 3 touchdown gap.
I mean, San Jose State was nearly not allowed to play in the game, and I guess not showing up was exactly what they wanted to do. Boom, 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 boom. We've been live for over an hour, and I think that's all I got to talk about right now. So,
Yep.
2 weeks. That's right. Think 2 weeks. Let me double check my calendar. Here's the problem. So LSU's basketball season starts up soon.
I'll start your basketball season up soon. Got him.
I don't even get what that was supposed to mean, but
I don't know.
you're just bad at this.
Oh, you think? Do you?
No, I know you are, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, the 9th. Yep. So, the 9th. Excuse me 1 second. That's not what I meant. Excuse me while I pull up the good old-fashioned handy-dandy calendar. Goody there? Because I'm double-checking. Because... Okay, we're good. 16th. In 2 weeks. We'll be back. I'll be back. Not we. That can't be proven. I'll be back. We'll have to find out what the topics are going to be because time will have passed. Things will be new. College football playoff rankings will have happened. We will still be pissed off about them. We will get nothing out of them. The college football playoff hates us. We all hate ourselves. This is Goal to Go Live. I have been Ben. This has not been Ben. Say hi, not Ben.
Hi, not Ben.
Good. You have repeated exactly the things I have said for you to say. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me at capital BEN, capital S, capital L, capital A, capital S, PORTS. You can also find regular episodes of Goal to Go, the Goal to Go Kickoff Show, and the 2-Point Conversion on my Anchor page or on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts. Thank you, Anchor, for being able to provide me with the ability to freely distribute my stuff. No, that's not a sponsorship. Please pay me money to do things. I am broke. But until next time, I have been Ben. Hope you have a fantastic week or 2 weeks if you don't listen to my normal stuff. And if you don't, wow, that's just like rude of you. Come on, man. Like, it's good stuff. I actually edit it to make sure I don't have any pops in there. Except for the times that sometimes, there's that weird lip smack thingy. But, that sometimes happens and I can't even hear it. Anyway, until 2 weeks from now, this has been Goal to Go Live. Have a great one.